What's up guys, my name is Ace, and we're in the last day of the Black Ops Cold War Alpha, although by the time this video's up, it's probably going to be over unless they decide to extend it, which they might do. I don't really know at the time of recording this video, obviously. But in today's video, we've got a little bit of news and information that's been kind of leaking through in the build of the game that we're playing, as well as some news from the developers themselves that I just wanted to briefly touch on today. I know a lot of you guys want to hear my full-on review of the alpha now that I've actually played the public alpha and not just against YouTubers, because a lot of my opinions have changed. And don't worry, that's going to be coming pretty soon. It's just, at least at the time of recording this video, the alpha is still live for me, so I want to try and get a little bit more time in that and really play it all the way through before giving my feedback and opinions. But in today's video, like I said, a few things have been leaking through, and the main thing here is prestige. At this point, we still don't know which progression system they're going to be using with Black Ops Cold War, if they're going to be using more of a traditional prestige system, or if they're going to go the Modern Warfare route where we have seasons and you just reach a maximum level cap each season and then it resets. At this point, we don't know, but earlier leaks were indicating that they were actually going to be going with the Modern Warfare style system. However, after that leak, there was a massive pushback against this, and a ton of people, myself included, talking about why we prefer prestiging in Call of Duty over the seasonal system. And I know we don't speak for absolutely everybody, there are some people that prefer the system of Modern Warfare, but I even remember Charlie Intel did a poll on Twitter, and there were a ton of responses on this. Like, it wasn't a small poll, there was a massive response on this, and the results were overwhelmingly in favor of the traditional prestiging system. And that, combined with how they very briefly addressed the leveling system in the multiplayer reveal, seems to be suggesting that they are no longer going to be going the route of Modern Warfare's progression system, and they're actually going to be doing a rework and potentially returning to a prestige system. Now, what does this have to do with the alpha? Well, some people were actually seeing prestige icons pop up in the alpha, although they were the same icons from Black Ops 4, so they aren't brand new assets that are added to the game, they are leftovers. But that's kind of beside the point because it is showing up. There are prestige icons that are showing up in the game for some people. It's like bugged out or something. So that does seem to suggest that we may be seeing a prestige system, and on top of this, it looks like we might be able to prestige weapons again as well. So after you completely max rank a weapon, you can prestige it, start it from scratch, and have to start unlocking your attachments all over again, but you get some sort of benefit, like your clan tag can be scratched into the gun, or you get a new weapon charm, or a kill counter. At least those are the things that we've seen in the past. So yeah, at this point at least, it's kind of starting to look like they are bringing prestiging back for both your character as well as weapon prestiging. And in my mind, this is great news, assuming it's actually true. Keep in mind, this isn't confirmed by any official sources. It could just be some leftover code or something, although it was formatted nicely to fit in with Cold War. It's not like it just popped up in a random location or anything. It is formatted to fit in there. So yeah, this is leading me to believe that a prestige system will return, which, if it does, I'm going to be quite happy with that. But another thing that was discovered in the alpha is you technically do still level the guns up, even though you don't unlock attachments as you go like we would if the progression system was active. However, in the alpha, you can reach the maximum level for a gun, and when you do this, it unlocks all of those attachments that were previously locked. And I really don't think that was intended, but with this, it allows us to see all of those other attachments and what they do. And for most of them, it's no surprises. They're pretty similar to the ones that were unlocked, they just change different things in different ways. But there's a few that I wanted to point out that are quite interesting. First up, we have mounted flashlights, and with these, they don't have any stated pros or cons, probably just because it's an alpha build. They'll probably include something later on, but the description basically says it gives you light to reveal enemies in all lighting conditions. So from the sounds of it, it basically just lights up dark areas, which doesn't seem like it would be a worthwhile attachment at all, unless it also sort of blinds your enemy. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that one actually plays out and how beneficial it actually is. I'm hoping it's not like the strobe shotgun in Black Ops 4, because that was ridiculous. That would like disable your aim assist and completely blind you, and it made it pretty much impossible to track that target, at least for a period of time. I think they nerfed it pretty hard later on. But yeah, that was brutal. I hope we don't see a repeat of that, but by the sounds of the description here, it doesn't sound like it's the same sort of thing. It sounds like it's just a regular flashlight. After that though, we have a target designator, and this one sounds much more interesting. With this, it says that it allows you to locate and designate critical enemy targets. So my interpretation of that is you may actually be able to ping enemy players when you see them. Maybe it happens automatically. If you aim at an enemy player, then it will just ping them on the minimap or ping them through a wall or something for your teammates. It will make that player visible. Now, of course, I don't know for sure. It's possible I'm wrong with this one, but that does sound pretty interesting, and I just wanted to point that out in today's video. But there's one more attachment, which we did see before. I think it was actually available when I played with the YouTubers a couple weeks back, or at least we could see the description for it. There is a handle attachment that allows you to stay aiming down sight while drop shotting. Because without that attachment, if you try to go prone while aiming down sight, it will force you into hip fire as you're getting into that prone state. And I'm personally totally on board with that. I think it makes drop shotting only really viable in super close quarter situations, which is fine by me. However, with this attachment, you can make it so you can continue aiming down sight while drop shotting, and I think that's a fair trade-off. If somebody drop shots me with one of those attachments on, I think that's fine because they spent the point to get that attachment. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the really notable attachments I wanted to bring up here based on what I've seen so far. Like I said, a lot of the other ones, they're just sort of standard attachments with nothing too surprising or unique about them. But finally in this video, there's one last little topic I wanted to discuss that I didn't really want to make an entire video about when this happened. It didn't seem like it was worth making a whole video about, but I'm going to tag it in right here. This is from a tweet from Tony Flame a couple days ago, actually, and he's talking about sniping in Cold War. And with this, he said, crossplay is coming, but we knew it wouldn't be in the alpha, so we buffed the sniper rifles to evaluate the performance in this alpha specifically. Sniper rifles will have balancing changes for the upcoming beta based on our analytics data this weekend. So basically, they overtuned sniper rifles on purpose for this alpha and made them more powerful than they're actually going to be. I guess because there's no PC players with mouse and keyboard, which that lack of aim assist on the sniper rifles doesn't matter to them. They're still going to be pinpoint accurate, unlike a console player, which it's much harder to hit your shots without aim assist on a sniper rifle. And personally, I think this is good news that sniper rifles aren't going to be balanced exactly like they are in the alpha build of the game. And don't get me wrong, I'm not completely like anti-sniper or anti-quickscoper. I think quickscoping should absolutely be a thing in Call of Duty. It's a big part of Call of Duty and there's a huge community around it. And also when you look at the pace of the game and the map sizes and everything, you've got to have some ability to be competent at mid-range with a sniper rifle with quickscoping. Having said this though, there does need to be a balance here, and I do feel in the alpha, sniper rifles were a little bit too far on the powerful side, especially for quickscoping. And as a result, the one change that I want to see to sniper rifles is simply adding a little bit of flinch when they're shot. Even if that flinch is primarily just going to be affecting you when you're not fully aimed down sight, so when you're in the process of aiming down sight, or if you're just taken off guard and you're not aimed down sight yet, I think there should be some flinch if you've got a sniper rifle in your hands. And the reason for this is quite simple. The aim down sight times on the sniper rifle are extremely fast, and the overall time to kill in the game is on the slow side for a Call of Duty game. It's almost as slow as Black Ops 4. So when a quickscoper doesn't get any flinch, assuming an equal situation where you and a quickscoper react at the exact same time and you're using an assault rifle for instance, and they're using their sniper rifle, if you react at the exact same time and start aiming down sight and you shoot at your target to kill them as fast as possible, that situation is entirely decided on whether or not that sniper hits their shot. If they hit the shot, they win, and there's nothing you could have done about it. If they miss the shot, then you win. And the problem with that, in my eyes, is there's no counterplay. Any shots that I hit with my regular gun against a quickscoper, if there's no flinch, those shots don't affect the outcome of that gunfight at all. And those are the situations I've been getting really frustrated with in the alpha. If a quickscoper quickscopes me and I don't even get a shot off, GG, well played, great shot. Like, I've got no problem with that whatsoever. My issue is when I'm pumping 3 or 4 shots into them and they still manage to quickscope me and their aim wasn't affected at all by those shots I was pumping into them, that's when I start to have a problem, because I'm playing to the strength of my gun, my accuracy is on point, I'm hitting all of my shots perfectly, basically I'm handling that gunfight perfectly. And yet the quickscoper, who isn't playing to the intended strengths of their gun, which is a sniper rifle that's designed to dominate at extremely long ranges, they can just aim down sight and fire their gun with my shots having no impact on them whatsoever. And that to me just doesn't feel balanced. That doesn't feel like there's any counterplay involved there. So if it were up to me, I would love to see just a little bit of flinch on sniper rifles, even if they just want to make it so it's only while you're not aiming down sights. That way it doesn't punish people that are treating sniper rifles like a sniper rifle and they're just sort of hard scoping a lane. Because I think that part is balanced just fine. If somebody picks me off at long range with a sniper rifle, I've had no problem with that whatsoever. My problem is more so with the ease at which people are able to quickscope and the lack of counterplay against the quickscopers. So I'd love to see just that little bit of flinch to help balance things out a little bit more with the sniper rifles. Again, I don't want to destroy quickscoping, I don't want to make it impossible, not by any means, I just want a bit more balance. But of course, that's just my opinion on this, and that's going to wrap up today's video. I'm really curious to see what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. First up, about the potential of prestiging returning to Black Ops Cold War. Are you excited to see that? And also, what did you think about the sniper rifle balance in the Cold War Alpha? Do you think the sniper rifles were too powerful and need to be toned back a little bit? Or do you think they were fine as they were? Just let me know those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.